for today's topics is intracanal medicament and root canal treatment. So let's start. Root canal irrigants and medicaments. What are the objectives? Basically, to remove the pathologic pulp, clean and shape the root canal system, and after that, three-dimensional obturation, so that there is no reinfection. Okay, so it's very important. Root canal irrigant and medicament. What is the role of root canal medicaments? They have primary and secondary function. Primary function is disinfection, and secondary function is to induction of heart issues or apexification by calcium hydroxide or mineral trioxide, to control the pain by latermix, corticosteroids or by NSAIDs, control of exudation or bleeding. Sometimes there is weeping canal, so calcium hydroxide and formoprazole are used. Control of inflammatory root resorption by calcium hydroxide and latermix. These are the role of intracanal medicaments. We will be discussing one by one. So first is calcium hydroxide. It's active against gram-negative bacteria. The pH greater than 12, it denatures protein. So it acts as an antiseptic due to high pH. It forms a calcific barrier. It inhibits DNA replication. A mix of calcium hydroxide and water is used as an intracanal medicament in RCT. Indications are weeping canal, treatment of penic abscess, resorption cases, apexification, phlebotomy, for non-surgical treatment of periapical lesion, direct and indirect pulp. Move on to next topic, sodium hypochlorite. Its concentration is 0.5 to 5.25% used. It has antibacterial and antifungal action. It's an excellent tissue dissolving ability. It is used for cleaning and shaping. While preparing the canal, we use sodium hypochlorite. It dissolves the organic component of pantene and biofilm. Inorganic component is not affected by sodium hypochlorite. Next is chlorhexidine gluconate. It exhibits substantivity, that is up to 12 weeks. It has antibacterial activity. It's effective in 2% concentration. It does not dissolve organic debris. It's used as a final rinse. Before obturation, it is used as a final rinse. It shows greater activity against gram-positive and gram-negative organisms in the retreatment cases. Next is the chelating agent EDTA. Its full form is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. It removes the smear layer. It softens the dentine and cleans the tubules and the canal. So it's a chelating agent used. Next comes the antibiotics. Tetracyclines are used. Latermix paste is used. It is used to remove the smear layer from instrumented root canal. It is used as irrigation of retrograde cavities during periapical surgical procedures. Latermix paste, it is a combination of three products. The macrocycline, its concentration is 3.2%, corticosteroid, that is 1% triamcinolone acetonide, and polyethylene glycol base is used. As this is latermix paste. Latermix paste inhibits the bacterial ribosomal protein synthesis. That is why it is used. Another one is the triple antibiotic paste. It's a combination of metronidazole, ciprofloxacin and minocycline. These are in the ratio of 1:1:1. Used in pulp regeneration procedure for sterilization of root canals. Minocycline discolors the teeth, so it can be replaced by cephalosporin. Next is formocresol. Here it's a combination of formaldehyde, cresol, water and glycerin. So formaldehyde is 19%, it's the main ingredient used. Cresol is 35%. It's used for the pulpotomy procedures in primary teeth. Its disadvantage is toxic and mutagenic. So these are the intracanal medicaments used in root canals. That's all for the day.